Welcome to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Coming up on today's news, the site of the former National Acme Company is about to go through a major revitalization. Then, the city of Cleveland unveiled plans to overhaul their bikeway infrastructure. Richard Stewart joins us with a new update from the Cleveland Department of Public Health. And later, we will show you everything that is new at Progressive Field as the Guardian season kicks off. But first, I sat down with the new Parks and Rec Department Director, Nichols, to learn about her plans, her vision, and her recommendation for the city's parks and rec centers. Okay, I'm pleased now to be joined by Nichols, Director of Parks and Recreation. Alex, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Now, you're new to this job. How long have you been in this role?
So I've been in this role for just about 6 months now.
And what does it mean as Director of Parks and Recreation? What's your defined role in this?
Yes. So Parks and Recreation is a new division. It's a new department, and the divisions were all under the Public Works Department. So now we're our own separate individual department. This includes parks, recreation, public auditorium and other special facilities, as well as urban forestry.
Okay. So you've been here for a while. You've had enough time to observe and see how things work. What's your vision for Parks and Recreation?
Yes. Coming in, I was able to take a look at the needs assessment and review some of the comments that the community had put out there as it relates to the master plan. Coming in the door, I was able to take a look at the facilities, look at the marketing efforts, and look at the scope of programs and services. What all of that has shown me is that we need to improve the quality of our facilities. Mm-hmm. We need to expand marketing and awareness of what we already provide. And then lastly, we should probably expand programs and services to better meet the needs of the community. So
I just saw a Parks and Recreation plan has been released.
Yes.
Tell me about what that plan entails.
Yes. So there is a very detailed Parks and Recreation master plan. This plan really takes a look at our programs, our services, our ability to market, our ability to meet the needs of the community. And it's a very thorough plan. It's a 15-year plan.
Okay. So you've also offered up a series of recommendations for, let's start with our recreation centers. What are some of these recommendations, and how did you come to these decisions, or these conclusions, I should say?
Yeah. So, coming in the door, being here only 6 months, honestly, before I even applied for the position, I went and visited facilities. I visited parks and I visited recreation centers. And my initial observations as a layperson not working for the city of Cleveland was that our facilities were in pretty bad shape. We had a lot of deferred maintenance. We had chipped paint in walls. We had overgrown bushes outside in the parks. We had just a lot of things that needed to be improved. Coming in the door, what I've realized is not only was my initial observation correct, but our deferred maintenance is far deeper than I had initially even thought.
So what have you found? I know some people are thinking, oh, this is going to close or that's going to close. Or what are there any things that are maybe not, you've noticed, not even being used enough?
Yeah. It's interesting. When we look at our facilities, we have to wonder why people don't use our facilities. Is it because they don't know what's available to them, or is it because there's not a need in the neighborhood? I think when it looks at the master plan, the plan is just that. It is a list of guidelines and recommendations. It's not necessarily what we have to do. And quite frankly, I think we need to take a look at that plan very closely and see what best aligns with the needs of our residents.
Well, as you look at the plan closely, is there any involvement of the public to chime in and give their input?
Yeah, absolutely. Our Mayor's Office on Capital Projects worked very closely on this plan. They did a lot of public engagement as it related to finding out the community's wants and needs as it relates to parks and recreation services. As we review this plan and consider some of the recommendations, we absolutely will and have to include our residents because their voice still matters through the implementation of that plan.
Looking at our parks, what have you noticed? Can our parks be improved on? Are they doing good? Is there always room for change?
There's always room for growth and improvement. When I look at our athletic fields need additional maintenance. When I look at our trees, when I look at our shrubs, what can we be doing better to meet the needs of the residents? And then lastly, when I look at our playgrounds, our picnic pavilions and other structures, pools even, we have to look at what we can do to better serve the community, and that includes fixing things up what we already have and making sure that we are providing the best services for our community.
You know, do you think there could be room for maybe some new parks, maybe some new green spaces in the city?
You know, there's always the potential for some new parks and green spaces. I think most importantly, we have to remember that we have a lot of parks and green space that we don't maintain very well to begin with. And so before we consider adding anything new, we have to have an operations plan. We have to make sure that we can maintain it in good working order.
Okay. And looking back at our rec centers, what can they do to more engage with the public?
Yeah, you know, it's so important you say that. When I think about participation in our programs and services, is it that people are not aware of what's going on, or is it that we aren't providing the services that people really need? And so we have to analyze that and assess, are we meeting the needs of the community? Just for example, when I think about swimming, I feel like we can do a better job with aquatics. I feel like we can do a better job expanding programs and services relating to aquatics. But when I think about youth sports, are we doing the best that we can do? Can we just market a little bit more so that more people are aware of our programs and services?
You know, if people want to get involved, if they want to follow what you're up to in Parks and Rec, where can they go? Who can they contact?
Absolutely. You know, I always recommend that people go to the city's website, and I think that they can certainly take a look at information that we have relating to Parks and Recreation. Our web address is clevelandohio.gov. If people want to email me or reach out to me, I'd be more than welcome to entertain their emails and their questions. My email is Nichols2@clevelandohio.gov.
All right. Alex Nichols, Director of Parks and Recreation, thank you so much for joining me. We love our parks, and we can't wait to see how things go.
Great. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today.
A major plot of land is about to get a shot in the arm through a complete revitalization. The former National Acme Site at East 131st Street in Kirby had fallen into severe dilapidation through illegal dumping, and the cleanup will involve asbestos removal, demolition of remaining structures, waste disposal, and soil remediation. Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb said once the land is cleared and clean, it will be a magnet for new businesses to move in.
When we received the 8th largest allocation from former President Biden through the American Rescue Plan, we wanted to make sure that we use that historic investment to make a big, bold bet on Cleveland's future. So working with Council President Blaine Griffin and City Council, we made sure that our largest allocation of funds was focused on making sure that in Cleveland's urban core, we had sites ready to go to attract good jobs.
Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel, who attended the groundbreaking of the land, called the redevelopment of this site a sort of renaissance for the city.
See kind of a new opportunity and a new hope come our way. You know, sometimes you have to go out with the old and get things cleaned up a little bit and in with the new. And it's going to be an extraordinary opportunity. Center City, quality of life, all of the arts and the entertainment and the sports and everything within, you know, walking distance or quick Uber, whatever people do. But to see this have a chance to develop, they're saying, 37 acres, but from what I hear, we've got a lot more to come. And so it's kind of a renaissance, if you will. It's going to be exciting.
Cleveland City Councilman Mike Polensik said he's been fighting the better part of 10 years to get this land cleaned up, and he's happy to finally see something being done about it.
You know, when I was given this area with the last redistricting approximately 10 years ago, I came over here and I just stood here and I said, what am I going to do with this mess? Where we're standing right now, 30-foot tall piles of garbage over this entire parking lot, raw garbage, rats the size of cats in here. I made a commitment that I was going to do whatever I had to do. I didn't care who I was going to have to go through, go over, go around to get this site and other sites cleaned up.
When asked if the cleanup of this parcel of land could lead to more blighted sites getting the same treatment, Ward 10 Councilman Anthony Harrison had this to say.
Already happening. And so as a board member of the Sites Fund and also chairman of development planning for Cleveland City Council, we have our eyes set on many other sites across the city of Cleveland that we are going to strategically review, go after, and begin our work to clean them up. So that way we can have opportunities not only on one side of Cleveland, but on all sides of Cleveland.
And for more information about the site and other sites being prepped, visit the Site Readiness Fund website at sitereadycle.org. Recently appointed Director of City Planning, Calley Mersmann, and her team unveiled their plans to overhaul the bikeway infrastructure through the City of Cleveland in a recent press conference held in the rotunda of Cleveland City Hall. Let's head over now to hear the highlights of the proposed plan.
The Cleveland Moves 5-year multimodal plan includes many recommendations, both systemic and targeted at the bikeway network. We're thrilled to announce that it's a 250-mile vision network for Cleveland of bikeways across the city that extend that network to access for all of Cleveland residents, with a really focused commitment over the next 3 years on 50 miles of high comfort, all ages and abilities bikeways across the city.
We wanted to have a senior level executive at the top of our administration to address street safety and to make sure we had a strong, bold vision for multimodal transit, was because when we're out in neighborhoods talking to residents and talking to businesses, one of the biggest complaints we get is that our streets aren't safe. Aren't safe for young kids who want to ride their bike to a local park or ride their bike to school. Aren't safe for residents, especially our senior citizens who want to just enjoy a nice spring or summer evening on their front porch.
We hope to be and look forward to talking with you in much more detail as we move forward through the next 5 years on individual project details and what this implementation looks like as it becomes tangible out on our streets.
In case you missed it, here are the highlights from this week's City Council meeting. Hey Cleveland, here's a quick wrap-up of the key decisions from the April 7th City Council meeting. Council approved legislation sponsored by Council members Jasmine Santana, Karen McCormick, and Council President Blaine Griffin to amend the existing contract with Youth Opportunities Unlimited, YOU. The amendment includes a $500,000 increase in funding to support the recruitment of up to 150 additional youth participants and the hiring of 4 additional job coaches for 2025. It also authorizes the exercise of the contract's renewal option. Councilman Brian Casey presented a resolution and extended the city's congratulations to 16-year-old Tyler Soden for his heroic actions on March 28th. Upon hearing of a family's cries for help, Tyler quickly retrieved a ladder from his home and rushed to the scene. He used the ladder to assist a woman in escaping from a burning home with her 10-month-old baby and a 10-year-old child. Council approved a resolution sponsored by Councilwoman Stephanie House Jones and unanimously supported by all members, recognizing April 2025 as Reentry Awareness Month. Each April, the U.S. Department of Justice observes Second Chance Month, highlighting the successful reintegration of those returning from incarceration. Locally, the Cuyahoga County Office of Reentry traditionally hosts Reentry Week to bring attention to the challenges faced by people re-entering society after imprisonment. Finally, Councilmember Jenny Spencer presented a resolution to representatives of the Cleveland Public Library officially designating Tuesday, April 8, 2025 as National Library Workers Day in Cleveland. The resolution urges all residents to acknowledge the dedication of library workers, make use of the invaluable resources libraries provide, and show appreciation for the vital role libraries and their staff play in strengthening our communities and enriching the nation. That's your Cleveland City Council wrap for this week. Stay tuned to TV20 for more updates on how council decisions shape our city. We'll be back with more TV20 news after this.
Hello, my name is John Mahoney. I am the manager of the City of Cleveland Office of Consumer Affairs. The Office of Consumer Affairs investigates consumer complaints. These include any purchase of a product or service you make, as long as you are a Cleveland resident or the complaint is about a business located in the city of Cleveland, Ohio. We will attempt to mediate an agreement between both parties to resolve the issue. However, we cannot guarantee an outcome in the consumer's favor. Consumer complaint categories include auto, repair and purchase, billing, home improvement contractors, mortgages, and retail. We have posted consumer educational flyers on the Office of Consumer Affairs page on the City of Cleveland website. We also collaborate with local, state, and federal partners who protect Clevelanders. Cleveland Department of Aging, the Better Business Bureau, Cuyahoga County Department of Consumer Affairs, the Legal Aid Society of Cleveland, the Ohio Attorney General, the Federal Trade Commission, the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Feel free to contact us with any questions at 216-664-4529.
This summer, the Cultural Arts team is offering a variety of programs throughout the city of Cleveland, including ceramics, painting, theater, cooking, and more. With a variety of youth and adult classes, there's something for everyone. All the instruction and basic materials are provided free of charge. For a full list of offerings, visit us online or call Cadell Fine Arts at 216-664-4103 for more information. Registration opens Tuesday, May 6th, with programs starting June 2nd. Look forward to seeing you this summer.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Let's turn it over to Richard Stewart for his story from the Cleveland Department of Public Health.
Tonight, we're joined by Mr. Eugene Sopher. He is a mental health advocate for children and for adults. Mr. Sopher, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
They call you Big Bear. Why is that?
Big Bear, it's a childhood name, but it's stuck on me. Plus, I'm Big Bear.
But it also factors into your mental health program. Tell us a little bit about how you use illustrations and artwork to actually improve folks' mental health.
Well, first of all, I got the bear concept from the little teddy bears that are on the pole. And the teddy bears on the telephone pole represents kids dying, gun violence, and everything else. So I came up with the idea of the teddy bear coming to life, going into the inner city, and explaining everything that has a chokehold in the black community, all mental health, the teddy bear touches on it. That's basically what I'm on.
You've had your own experiences with mental health. Mm-hmm. How have those experiences shaped your ability to touch the lives of others?
Well, I use my personal experience, and I use my talent with art, and everything that I've been through and I'm going through, I let them know that, hey, they're not by themselves.
And you've created a homeschooling mental health platform. Dig into it for me a little bit. How does it work?
Okay, so the home schooling goes where I have board games, I have workbooks, I have mental health planners, and basically it's where the children can unplug the TVs, cut off their phones, and everyone can be at home and work as a family and learn as a family.
What type of values underpin your program? What are you trying to really teach the kids here?
I'm teaching them to love their self so they can love others too. And to understand their mental illness and understand that it's okay. We all have some kind of mental illness. We all have to take care of our mental health. And basically, that's what my program starts with.
What type of feedback have you gotten from the community? How have they responded to your work?
Well, personally, I've had a lot of people behind me, a lot of single moms or fathers or just different kids. They know me, so they'll get in touch with me, and I've went to their homes and selling them my product, and they support me and still keep me in business.
So why do you feel it's so important to have this be a home-based curriculum rather than make it available in schools or libraries, for example?
Well, it's better to be at home because it starts all at home. See, if it's in schools or libraries or anything, it's just going to be for the public, and no one's going to be able to take that individual time with that child. But if you're at home, the child, the mother, the father, the stepfather, whoever, everyone learns as a whole. Family that plays together, stays together.
And also, what types of support or partnerships have you gotten around the community? Do you have any relationships you built with other small businesses that kind of partner up with you?
Well, I've had help with Dr. Charles Motlin. He's helped me out numerous things. He's helped me out with the Metro Men's Health. So he supported me. I've had Dr. Pointer. She's helped me out. Mike Berry. And I've had different other people in the city that's supported me, but you know.
So build a connection for me between art and mental healing. Is there a synergy there that folks might need to know more about?
Okay, so I know I use art as a way of escaping. And I know when you're escaping, you want to escape reality. It's better than any drug, any drink, anything. And I just feel that if you're dealing with mental illness in any form, if you're putting your feelings on paper, you can see your work. It's a way of expressing yourself.
So let's talk about the future. What do you see the future of your program, say, in the next 5 years or so? Do you intend to grow it?
Well, I see it hopefully in thousands and millions of homes. The whole thing is that I want people to stop trying to look for help. You know, be your own hero, be your own savior. It all starts at home. If you want a better community, well, you have to have a good home. So behind them four walls and that roof, I want to be able to have everyone learn how to love themselves so they can love others too, spread the love around, and there we go.
Well, Mr. Sopher, thank you so much for joining us and sharing these important mental health tips with us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
Cleveland, it's time to make a difference. Ready, set, recycle. Did you know 78,000 households have already joined the movement? Together last year, we diverted over 3,300 tons of waste from landfills, keeping our city cleaner and greener. But we're not stopping there. We're expanding recycling efforts across city facilities to lead by example, because when we recycle right, we make a bigger impact. By opting in to Cleveland's subscription-based recycling program, you help reduce waste, lower contamination, and build a sustainable future for our community. Right now, our contamination rate is 14%. Let's do better. Keep your recyclables clean, dry, and empty, and only recycle the right material. More households, more impact. A green city on a blue lake. Are you ready? Sign up today at clerecycles.com or call 216-664-3030 and let's build a cleaner Cleveland together.
Camp George Forbes offers a summer overnight and day camp program. Overnight campers will receive 5 days and 4 nights of positive and rewarding experiences that is conducive to the nature of camping. This program is organized and structured to instill a sense of respect for people, nature, and the environment. Campers will gain skills within the areas of aquatics, arts and crafts, indoor-outdoor education, and recreation. Ages range between 9 and 13 years old. Registration is open now, and the camping season starts June 9th. For more information, please contact Camp Forbes at 216-263-5325.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Finally, big changes are coming to the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. Progressive Field is getting a major makeover just in time for opening day 2025. Fans can look forward to all new premium spaces like the Terrace District, featuring the indoor-outdoor Terrace Hall Beer Garden, the vibrant Blue Moon Terrace Garden, and the upscale Keybank North Coast Social, blending industrial chic and Art Deco design for a high-end ballpark vibe. And that's not all. Local flavor is taking center stage with new food options like the Guardian Burger, Best Dang Cheesesteak, and even a giant barbecue glazed turkey leg. The Terrace Hall will also showcase specialty bites and brews from local partners. On the tech side, the MLB Ballpark app has a fresh new look with in-park maps and Go-Ahead Pay, a sleek new digital wallet by KeyBank for fast, contactless purchases. Cleveland artists have added their own touch too, with murals and installations throughout the park, highlighting the city's spirit and baseball legacy. The Guardians team store is back in a reimagined space, ready to outfit fans with new merch, custom jerseys, and the team's latest on-field looks. And don't miss out on theme nights, value ticket offers, and community programs. From youth camps to Bark in the Park, there's something for everyone this season. From the field to the food to the fan engagement, Progressive Field is ready to deliver an all-new game day experience in 2025. We are constantly uploading new content on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. You can also connect the TV20 Cleveland on your favorite social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X. Thank you for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.